Hello and welcome to another edition of The Platform. I'm your host, Kingsley Zeeley. I'm here with John and David Langfitt. I'm sure you remember David, wonderful student and musician. He's actually walking tomorrow, so we're going to get a little bit into that. John is his dad, joining, visiting from New York. He's actually he plays a little harmonica too, so we're going to see a little bit about both of them playing today. Today, show is going to be very interesting. Today's show is called School's Out. We actually were going to take a break this week, but you know how we are. Once a platform presents itself, we go right ahead and we jump right in. So I welcome you to the show. David, so you're back on the show.
I'm back.
Since it's what,
Can't
2
keep
weeks?
me away.
We love having you too. You know, you did such a wonderful job the couple of times that you've been here.
Well, thanks. It was a lot of fun.
You know, you're an official friend of the show. Anytime you show, we have you on. So last time, any updates you want to? I guess you're walking tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm walking tomorrow. I guess only update is that I'm finally back on a regular sleep schedule.
Right.
You know, so
yeah,
I'm
last time you were really tired.
I was all, I've been kind of a vampire the last week or so. But no, just excited to be walking, excited to have my dad out here. The rest of the family, the rest of the clan gets in tonight.
Okay, so your dad came up first.
Yeah, Dad's out here first.
Okay, cool.
And I don't know, I'm probably working on my sunburn as we speak. We just got back from Makapu.
Oh, nice.
And so had to take Dad to a couple of the good spots around the island.
Right.
And no, it's really exciting to have him here because we used to sing together in church and when I was little. And I've been out here for 5 years. And when I go home for the summer, like I don't have gigs there. There's not a really good opportunity or excuse for us to play together.
Okay.
And so yesterday was my gig at Hank's on New Avenue. And so he came and sang a set with me. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'd been a long time.
Right.
Actually, I think last summer, I think you gave your mother as a birthday present.
Oh, wow.
An evening of music in the backyard.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah,
you got all your buddies together.
Yeah. So that was the last time.
I think we played a little bit then.
How long was that? Like a couple of years?
About a year ago.
Yeah, a year or two,
yeah.
something like that.
I remember my co-host asked you if you ever played for a family. You weren't quite sure, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know. They all kind of run together, you know. And
no, but that's what she wanted for her birthday.
Oh, wow.
We have a neighbor friend that usually has a big party in the summer and invites a lot of his friends, and David and I have played there. Basically it's, you know, everybody brings their instrument, everybody gets up on stage, you just, you know, kind of,
a regular jam session.
It's real
awesome.
Jam session,
Yeah,
all completely improvised. And,
and Lynn and Mike Boucher.
Right. And
fantastic.
So we've played together there, and David's mom said, "That's what I want for my birthday.
She probably loved that.
I want that in the backyard. I want you guys singing. I want you, you know." And David got a whole bunch of his friends that played.
Oh, wow! So
it was fun. Yeah.
Wow. So John, you just informed me you just came up to playing like a couple of
a little while ago.
A little while ago, you know, you can kind of tell.
Yeah, Wednesday night.
You still have
adjusting.
the jet flat,
Still
you know,
adjusting.
all of that.
Yeah.
So where have you been on the island so far?
Well, as David said, we went around to Makapu. What did we do yesterday? I'm trying to think. Well, we kind of got ready for Hank's.
Yeah, just got ready for Hank's.
Just kind of hung out. I
had my last exam.
So you just settled in.
I got to meet David's dog. He has this really cute dog, wonderful dog.
Yeah.
And so we took her around, and you know, as David said, you know, I had to meet my first grandchild.
Right.
Because I'm not sure I'm ready for that. But you know. I guess that counts as the first grandchild.
Cool. You know what? I'm sure we have a lot to talk about because I got to get to know you. You know, when David was on the show here, we talked a lot about his family, his upbringing, and he talks about you guys a lot. So it was a treat when he said you guys were coming here, and we gotta have you come on the show. You know, you guys play for us. So without further ado, are you guys ready to play something right now?
Sure.
You know,
sure.
Why prolong it? You know, the audience are waiting for it. Let's do it.
We're gonna start off slow, and then we're gonna get progressive.
Let's do it.
As we go. So this next one, another thing that's cool is I've always wanted to do like the dual harmonica thing.
Okay.
So we're working on that.
So it's great. Okay.
Yeah. So this first one is Knocking on Heaven's Door.
Okay.
This is a Bob Dylan tune. Take this badge off of me. Well, I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, it's too dark for me to see. Feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knocking. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. 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 Put my guns in the ground. Well, I can't shoot them anymore. A long black cloud, it's been coming down. I feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knock, knock, 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 knocking on heaven's door.
Wonderful, guys.
Thank you.
That was wonderful.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Oh, wow. So, did the chicken come before the egg or the egg before the chicken?
Oh, that's the big question, I guess.
That is the big chicken.
No,
so was it
chicken came before the egg.
I started singing when I was about 8 years old.
Okay.
In a church choir. And
Same here.
Right.
And you know, just did singing all my life. Never really picked up this till I was much older, but yeah. And then the city we come from, Rochester, is a very, very musical city.
Okay.
It's they have the Eastman School of Music, which is a big conservatory there, And so the music programs in the public schools are really, really fantastic. And so a lot of the kids, most of the kids, in fact, play one or two instruments.
Oh wow! Okay.
So it's just kind of in the, you know, it's sort of in the culture of the city.
Right.
You know, even like the big. I mean, David sat next to in his band. He played trumpet in the high school band. He sat next to the captain of the football team.
Okay.
Who also played trumpet.
Who also played
right.
trumpet.
So it's
okay.
like, you know, you can be, you know, it's not playing music was still very cool.
Right. Right.
So,
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's real cool. Yeah, I love seeing you guys interact together, you know. You can see you taking cues from each other.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
But we got to practice last
Right,
night. So.
right. It's good, man. It's really good. So, John, professor, and then you're playing music, you know.
Well, like I said, I kept singing all through school. I sang in college. And
do you play for your students in class?
Do
they even know that you play?
I haven't done that yet.
All of a sudden they come
well,
in, you're playing.
I mostly sing like a cappella music,
Okay.
so I have a small group that I sing with.
Oh, so you
I
have
can't
yeah.
really, you know, I have to have all of them there. But
It's barbershop.
Yeah.
Barbershop.
no, it's not barbershop.
It is barbershop.
No, it's not barbershop.
It is sort of
It's decidedly
barbershop.
not barbershop. If
It
the
started
guys,
as barbershop.
Well, it started at barbershop. If the guys in my group heard you say barbershop, they would like kill me. Okay. So, not that there's anything wrong with
Right.
barbershop, but
I thought it was
anyway, so we, you know, we sing gigs
Right.
together, and so I've just been doing that a lot. But it's, you know, it's always been a big part of my life.
Okay.
So, you know, I have my day job, and then I have my hobby.
You have
Yeah,
the hobby. How do
yeah.
you feel about your son following? I want to
Well,
say.
I think it's great. I think he's, you know, he's.
yeah, let's see what you say. Let's see what you say now.
Well,
trying to make David blush on here, you know.
Well, I think you know, anytime your child
Right.
wants to do something that's a little bit outside the, you know, the safe path.
Right.
You know, as a parent, you're a little bit anxious about
Right.
it.
A little
But
bit
I think the
apprehensive.
other thing is that you know, he knows what he wants to do, and
Right.
he has to follow what he you know, what his passion is.
Oh, that's good.
My brother, his uncle, was ready to go to law school and decided to go to New York and be a painter for 10 years. And, you know, that was
his
kind of what
calling.
he needed to do.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard for me to tell David, no, don't do that, you know, because he can say, well, look what Uncle David did.
Yeah.
So,
Same name too.
Right.
so but, you know, it's clearly what he loves to do. It was great seeing the reception he got at Hank's last night.
That's
you know, he's
good.
been playing
Yeah.
there for a long
No,
time.
I think
They
he's a
know him
pretty
well.
good. I think he's a pretty good
He's
player.
got some talent.
Yeah.
I tried.
Briefly met him, and his aura alone. When I first met him, I actually didn't. I didn't hear him play. He wasn't playing at all. It was just a vibe that we had, and that I liked about him, and invited him to the show. And
Well,
when he
I'm
came,
obviously
he blew me away.
I'm obviously biased because
Right.
A little biased.
So it's a great thing. I loved your interaction, by the way, when you guys were talking.
Thanks.
We probably got to get Mom on here too and see how
Yeah.
she reacts to that.
Well, she's very shy.
She's very shy?
She's very shy. I'm not
Okay.
sure you're going to get her on.
Who
We
knows?
might
Who knows?
get.
I mean,
Yeah.
there only here for like 5 days
For
or so,
5
so
days.
it might need
Oh,
to
you
be.
were right.
I mean, it would be if we could do something on Monday or Tuesday. We'll talk.
Yeah,
talk
we'll
afterwards. see what we
how
can do.
that works out.
Sure.
You know.
I would love to see her come on the show, but it would.
I would
be-
love to see the
it'd be
reaction
tough.
on that because okay, cool. On our side, you can probably handle the pressure because you stand in front of a.
It's a little
Yeah,
different. I
it's a little-
you know, I
yeah.
teach students. I perform. It's a
Yeah.
little different.
She's a
That's
nurse
cool.
though, so it's a different kind of pressure.
All in,
different kind of
Yeah,
pressure.
different kind of pressure.
That's cool, man. So Bob Dylan, actually a funny story. I went to University of Minnesota. That's
Oh,
where he's
Yeah.
big around there.
I heard he was
Very,
here
very good.
actually.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
played-
He's having a concert here pretty soon. At the center over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My last gig at Hank's, not last night, but 2 weeks ago, I came in and I played Like a Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
And somebody was talking about Bob Dylan, and they said that Bob Dylan was in Hank's like on Tuesday, the Tuesday
Oh,
before
wow.
Hank. I miss Bob Dylan. But
Oh wow.
yeah, I could have played a Bob Dylan song from Bob Dylan, which I'm not sure whether I would have wanted
Yeah,
to see.
that would have been pretty
still
brave.
though, you know,
I might
if
have
he
played
had-
him something different, but
That would have
would've
been pretty
cool.
great.
That would have been awesome, you know, playing his song right in front of him. But yeah, I went to the university and they advertised where he stayed for a long time and all that stuff. So I'm all about it's been going through. So every time you say Bob Dylan, it just puts me back
brings it
there.
back.
And,
Sure,
yeah, puts me over there. So, and I like all kind of music. If you, you know, as you know. So, even last week we did some Hawaiian type stuff. And
yeah, you were telling me you guys were going to do that.
We're going to do more music and stuff like that, and we would love to, like we said, the owner of the station, Jay Fidel. Also, he would love to, would love to like shoot a video for you or something like that.
Yeah, no, that would be fantastic.
And we're still on you for that.
The hook or the
we
the
need
jingle. I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Yeah. So
I had a couple ideas.
So
I'll bring in a CD next time or something like that.
So yeah, and I have a couple of friends. Like I said, I have a couple of friends that does a really great job on producing music and stuff like that. So
cool.
We can get you in the studio and do something.
Yeah, I mean, it's just with the finals and everything, it's just a little crazy.
Yeah,
but
we don't,
the next couple of weeks.
I just got out of school a couple of 2-3 years ago. I know how that pressure is. So.
I got out of school about 2-3 hours ago.
I didn't try to, all the papers and research and all of that stuff. God, yeah. And then you get out, you try to find a job, right?
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir, man.
Yep.
So cool, man. What are you guys planning on doing after the show? There's more of the island to see, right?
I guess. We don't have any plans at this point.
This is pretty much our only night where we're just not
chilling.
Well,
we gotta pick up Mom and Sarah tonight.
Yeah.
Got to do a couple airport runs.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
we'll probably go out to dinner somewhere. Cool. I think last time I tried to get us reservations at Uncle's. It's a fish market and grill down it's like Dock 42 or something like that. But it's unbelievable fish, and it's really expensive. So I always wait for relatives to come out that I can go get some good fish. So maybe we'll end up at Uncle's tonight.
Wow.
Well, we had some good poke the other night.
Yeah,
the other day.
You like that
Fresh Catch.
Oh yeah, very good.
I live right around the corner from the Fresh Catch.
From the Fresh Catch. Oh yeah, so you just run out there to get it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. But again, it's a little pricey. So
right, hey, you're vacationing one thing,
Yeah, he's on vacation.
Is it so cold up in Rochester?
We're starting to get some leaves on the trees.
Yeah. Okay.
Just about now.
Yeah, I get a lot of complaints from Minnesota.
It's like not quite as bad as Minnesera, but
but it's still okay. Cool. How often do you come to the island? Is this
not that often? I mean, I was here a couple of years ago for Christmas.
Yeah, it was about 3 years ago, I think.
3 years.
I think if this guy, if he stays out here, and like he's saying he will, oh darn,
all right,
I'll have to come visit.
Shoot, my son is in Hawaii. I'm gonna have to go visit.
You should hear my friends back home. Too bad.
Really? Too bad for you, right? Okay. Good. So you guys have more songs?
Oh yeah, we got 2 or 3 more.
You know what? This show is all about you guys. Like I said, I had a show already taped that was going to do that, but this is much better.
Well, we'll do better. We'll do better about keeping in contact because
it seems to be working out pretty fine right now.
I'm having a good time. This next one is, in my opinion, and this is a very highly contested opinion.
Okay.
I think this is the greatest rock and roll song ever written.
Okay.
I think Bob Dylan would probably have something to say about that. But this one is called The Wait, and it's by the band who
was
Bob Dylan. Yeah,
okay.
It was Bob Dylan's band before they branched off. And Aretha Franklin covers this, and a bunch of other people cover this. But
hey, and Bob Dylan, if you're somehow watching,
yeah, like Rolling Stone, I think is a close second.
They're in Hawaii. Come on down, 900 4th Street Mall.
Yeah, but anyway, so this one is called The Wait. Born in Nazareth, I was feeling half past dead. Just need to find a place where I can lay my head. Hey mister, can you tell me where a man might find a bed? He just grinned and he shook my hand. No was all he said. Take a load off Annie. Take a load for free. Take a load off Annie. And put the load right on me.
my bags, went looking for a place to hide. Then I heard old Foreman and the devil walking side by side. Said, hey Carmen, come on, let's go downtown. She said, I gotta go, but my friend can stick around. Take a load off Annie, take a load for free. Take a load off Annie. Moses, there's nothing that you can say. It's just old Luke, and Luke's waiting on a judgment day. Hey Luke, my friend, what about young Annalie? Said, do me a favor, son, just stay and keep Annalie company. Take a load off Annie, take a load for free. Take a load off Annie, and put the load right on me. Oh, oh yeah. Crazy Chester followed me, and he caught me in the fall. He said, would you fix my rack if I'll take Jack my dog? I said, wait a minute, Chester, you know I'm a peaceful man. He said, that's okay, boy, won't you feed him when you can? Take a load off Annie, take a load for free. Take a load off Annie, and put the load right on me. Oh yeah. Get your cannonball, come on, take me on down the line. My bag is sinking low, and I do believe it's time to get back to Miss Fanny. You know she's the only one who sent me here with her regards for everyone. Take a load off Fanny, take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny. Put the load right on me.
Wow. Good job, guys.
Yeah, 24 hours of rehearsal.
Yeah.
So, do you guys share the same musical taste?
Pretty much.
Well, I think so.
Variations. I got everything that I listened to, I got from him, and then I kind of branched off.
Okay.
Yeah. My older brother was a guitar player, and he was the one who introduced me to the band and a whole bunch of music in the late 60s and early 70s. And that's all, I ever listened to. That was my favorite stuff. And, when Dave was growing up, he started to, have this interest in music.
Right.
And as he expressed this interest, I would pull out a CD and I'd say, why don't you listen to this? Why don't you listen to this? And he'd go, oh yeah, that's pretty good. And it was and this is a lot older music that a lot of guys in his generation just didn't know about. So it was obviously very gratifying for me to have somebody who liked my music,
right?
And now here he is playing it,
right.
And now I get to sing it with him. Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
I mean, you're a psychologist. Did that play a little bit into that?
Well, you know what they say. You never practice on your own family.
Yeah. Well.
So try to keep that out of it.
Right.
But,
you tried to keep it out of it.
All right. Well,
That's
we'll have to have
cool.
a talk later.
So, what kind of influences do you guys have?
Well, I mean, most of mine all stem from the stuff that you showed me. You know, I mean, I think, you know, it's funny though. The only band that I remember you not showing me that I should have like heard from you was the Beatles. Really? Kyle Jensen introduced me to the Beatles. You never showed me the Beatles.
Yeah, I don't know. They were just, I mean, you know.
Choose your words.
No, I mean, the Beatles are fantastic, but it was just like when I was growing up, you heard so much of the Beatles. It was like, yeah, it's the Beatles, and they're great. Yeah. Yes, they're wonderful, but it was kind of like you heard it so much.
Too mainstream, maybe. Yeah.
Well, you just heard it so much. It was so much more interesting to hear different stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, and yes, the Beatles are fantastic, the greatest supergroup in the world. You know, I'm not going to argue that, but I just was interested in different stuff, and obviously, you know, from what you can hear here, what's really been important to me musically is, you know, good vocals, good harmonies.
Right.
You know, I'm a huge fan of Bobby McFerrin, who basically invented this whole different form of singing and music. But you know, Alison Krauss, Union Station, fantastic harmonies.
That's the thing that I was going to say was, I mean, a lot of my friends growing up, they were all into, you know, the Doors, Bob Dylan, all that kind of older music. But what I think I would say that I got the most from my dad was bluegrass. I'm a huge fan of bluegrass, and you know, kind of bluegrass, more upbeat, Zydeco music. Yeah. And he introduced me to Alison Krauss and Union Station, and I remember watching "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou," and just remember thinking that all of the songs in that were incredible.
Yeah,
and that's mostly
mostly
Alison Krauss and Union Station.
Right.
And that inspired me to learn how to play the mandolin, and been working on the fiddle a little bit.
The fiddle, right.
Probably won't bring it in just because it's not as polished. But yeah, basically all of that kind of, you know, mandolin, violin, accordion, harmonica, those kind of like good old boy instruments.
That's cool, man. That's real cool. So I can't even do karaoke, you know. The words are coming up, you know, and I'm watching that. How do you practice pretty often, or?
No. Obviously, we just kind of threw this together
last night,
and
so that is the lyrics like.
But I think that when you sing, you know, when you spend a lot of time singing and you spend a lot of time listening to the music, you start to listen to the harmonies, and you know, a lot of them are very, very basic kinds of, you know, singing thirds and fifths, and I know particularly like a lot of the bluegrass harmonies and some of the stuff we're doing here. It's pretty simple stuff. You know, once you've done it a lot, obviously, it's not something that you can just pick right up. But you know, and that's the way it happens in a lot of churches, a lot of church singing. You know, you just you know, pick a line, you sing the fifth above, the third above, and you know, it sounds fantastic. So, you know.
And I remember that's where I kind of first got my exposure to like harmonization and vocals and everything. I remember thinking it was really cool sitting next to you, even though I thought church was boring. I was falling asleep most of the time. But when they were singing the hymns, everybody in the whole church would be singing the same note, and you know, that's great. Everybody's singing together. But then I'd be standing next to my dad, and my dad would just be singing something different. And I remember being like a 6-year-old and thinking like, well, Dad's singing the wrong note. What's he doing? You know, like, and then when you actually like listen to it a lot, you hear what he's doing, and then just kind of like, oh, that kind of works.
It fits.
And then after that, you know, I kind of listen to my music into the ground. Like when I find somebody I like, I listen to them too much. And some way that I've kept it kind of new is whenever there's a part of the song that I know really well, when I'm singing along, it's a lot of fun to just try and find a harmony in the song that you're listening to, and so that's kind of where I developed the ability. And eventually, you just kind of hear it. You know, if somebody's singing something, you can almost just picture what the note would be.
And then, you know, there's some songs like you know, you go anywhere, you know, like a church or any kind of gathering where they're singing a song like "Amazing Grace." You know, that's something where, you know, everybody knows it, and lots of people know the harmonies. I mean, I just love singing that because you just hear. You know, everybody in the crowd is singing something different, but it all seems to work together. You know?
Thirds, fourths, fifths, sixths,
whatever. I mean,
even if it's a different language, you can kind of tell where that is.
Well, music is the universal.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I live right next to a church right now, a Korean church, and I can I don't understand what they're saying, but I'm like, that's hallelujah they're saying.
That's right.
Like,
That's
you can always pick that up. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So who do you look up to right now, musically?
Musically, I mean, for the last couple of years, I've been really into, partly just because I think I kind of discovered them on my own. Nobody like pushed them onto me. But G-Love and Special Sauce, I think I mentioned them a while ago.
G-Love and Special Sauce.
You know, I like that kind of, a lot of that kind of music. He's friends with Jack Johnson and Donovan Frankenreiter. They have a great YouTube video of them live at the Orange Lounge in California. And they do all of that kind of, it's like a little bit of blues, a little bit of rock and roll, a little bit of bluegrass, and then a little bit of hip hop. And I think that's where we would start to kind of part ways a little bit, is that, I mean, just because of, you know, when I grew up and everything like that.
Right.
You know, when I was younger, I was into the Beastie Boys, and then, you know, I like, you know, Biggie and Tupac, all of them. You know, there's good music. But I just really like the idea of kind of incorporating that all together. So yeah, I'd say G-Love and Special Sauce, and like the Tallest Man on Earth. I played a little bit of him, and then all the mainstream stuff. I just finished Keith Richards' autobiography, so I got back into the Rolling Stones. I'm doing a lot of the Rolling Stones kind of stuff.
Was that for a paper for school or something like that?
No. It was just for. It was actually. I mean, an unfortunate thing about college is that you do so much reading that you just kind of stop reading for fun. Like whenever you have free time, you just don't want to be looking at a book. So that's the first book I read for fun in a while.
Nice.
But it's a great.
I've got that in my backpack.
Yeah, I sent it home with Mom so you can read it.
No, I've got it. That's going to be my plane reading on the way home.
It's pretty fun. Yeah. It's he did a lot of drugs. And he seems pretty.
I'm still trying to find. I think I told you about this. But back in the mid '80s, Keith Richards organized Chuck Berry's 50th birthday party. It was a concert, and they did a movie of it. It's called Hail Hail Rock and Roll. It's really hard to find. It's really hard to find.
I've heard about that.
But there are some incredible interviews with him, and he has this amazing encyclopedic knowledge of American blues music. You know, they're interviewing this guy, and he's like knocking off these names, and it's like, because that's kind of the image that you have. Keith Richards is like, oh man, a guy did a lot of drugs, but smart guy,
he's
very
real
knowledgeable.
Smart. You can tell through his
very knowledgeable about music.
That's cool.
And that's how, I mean, in the beginning of the book, he talks about all the Rolling Stones wanted to be when they started was the best blues band in London. And like that was their goal. That was the epitome of their goal. And they, and he would go into the other, like Charlie, I can't remember his last name. Charlie Watts, yeah. And he'd go in and Brian, I can't remember
Jones.
Brian Jones, there you go. See, that's what he's here for. Charlie Watts and Brian Jones would be listening to jazz music, and Keith Richards would barge in, like little 18-year-old Keith Richards, and like unplug the record player and say, "What are you doing? Like, we can only be listening to blues. Like, you gotta listen. Yeah, just stick in that thing." And
that's
so,
cool, man.
yeah, but anyway, yeah. So Keith Richards, especially after reading his autobiography, I've definitely looked up to him a little bit more and tried to.
And what's the name of the book?
Life.
Life.
Yeah, I think it's just called Life.
Right.
And there are a bunch of parts of the book too that he describes exactly what he's doing on a couple songs with the guitar, and he has like different tunings. Like for "Start Me Up," I think it was a weird 5-string guitar tuning, something like that. Yeah. But anyway, so I thought all that was pretty fascinating.
Hey, if you're tuning in, this is The Platform. I'm your host, Kingsley Zeeley. I'm here with John and David Langfitt. John is visiting from Rochester, New York. He's a professor, but we're here about music. He's joining his son here in the studio. You've met David quite a bit, and we hope to have him here soon. We have some projects we're going to be working with him. So if you're welcome to the show, thank you for tuning in. Actually, I had, you say you're a cappella, right?
Yes.
A cappella. And you do live music a lot, right?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about music now, right? What the way it's going, electronically, you can go to computer and try to either manipulate the sound, but the most part is it's being compressed. You know, you know, so you can get it as loud as possible, but there's not headrooms or anything like that. So, how do you guys feel about that?
Well, that's kind of, you're opening a can of worms there.
Right.
I have always been minimalist when it comes to playing music.
Right.
I always thought that when I was an audience member, I always thought it was way more impressive to watch somebody make a big sound with just what's in front of you. Like, you can see the whole thing happening.
Right.
And like The Tallest Man on Earth, he has all of these open tunings, and he makes his guitar sound like a symphony. Right. You know, and John Butler does that in Ocean. He has he plays a 12-string guitar. You should look it up. It's on YouTube. Unbelievable. But the whole point is that it's all right in front of you. And then when you go to other concerts where they have, you know, if they're using like a backing track on a keyboard, or if there's something in there that you can tell isn't generated by and it was pre-recorded, it just turns me off. And also when it comes to songwriting too, because I mean, I've been trying to do a lot of songwriting, and I have the structures and the lyrics and everything down, but it's about putting all the pieces together, and it's like simplicity is king, you know. I mean, and I think that's really what it comes down to in music. So I mean, you know, there's some songs out there that are catchy, and you know, I can't, as a musician, you can't like look down on anybody else. I mean, they're creating music, and I don't know how to use any of that equipment, and you know, it's just another instrument. But I definitely am more of a fan of the solely live human generated
grabbing
stuff.
that sound and stuff like that. Because back in the day, they used to especially treat the room and watch out for sounds, how the sound where the bass would be placed in a room and stuff like that, so they can grab that reverb and whatever that they needed to grab. But nowadays, you don't even need to do that.
It's
you
just
can
you plug it into your laptop.
Yeah, you can just simulate whatever that's coming from.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I obviously, particularly as an a cappella singer, I just think there's nothing more magical than standing around with 4 or 5 people and making this sound.
Right.
That when I was singing in college, we would sit around and we would just sing chords, and the idea was to try to generate an overtone, which is an extra note. So if everybody's voices are really, really blending, you can have 4 singers and you'll hear 5 notes. Just because of the way the air resonates. And that was kind of like, the trick that we always try to do.
Yeah, that's the magic.
It was the magic. It's like, oh, there's an extra note there. So, yeah, I've always had a bias towards that as well. But I agree with David. I think that the most important thing is, you know, creative melding of different styles, because I think that's the way that, you know, that music has progressed over the years. So, you know, David was saying earlier about, you know, parting ways around the whole special sauce thing, but you know, I mean, you've played me some of the things, and it's creative.
Yeah.
It's new, it's different, it's you
know, give your dad more credit, man.
No,
but like so the notion that, you know, David could be playing hip hop with just a guitar. That's not what you usually think of with hip hop, but why not? Try it a different way and you know, spice it up a little bit.
Cool, guys. Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Seamlessly. So that's our show. Thank you for being on the platform. Actually, are we able to play out? Yeah.
Sure.
You guys want to play us out?
Yeah, we'll play us out.
Thank you very much.
Last
the
one
platform.
Here you go.
Thank you for coming to School Out with David Langfitt and John Langfitt. Again, I'm your host, Kingsley Zeeley. See you until next week.
This last one is Country Roads. Almost heaven, West Virginia.